Welcome to my second guide of Killing Floor 2. This time we will be playing the map Biotics Lab on Hell on Earth difficulty. And because this kiting route is pretty self-explanatory, I will not be focusing too much on the map itself. You just kite around the meat grinder area and try not to get forced into the other rooms in the map, because most of the rooms in the maps are death traps for solo, because there are too much spawning points all over the place and you will get sets swarming at you at every direction. This time I will be talking more about the mechanics and set itself, and hope you enjoy. Let's get started. If you are soloing, the first few waves will still pretty much the same on any maps. You find ammo boxes for your grenades because you only get crappy guns, and the nades is really, I think, the easiest ways to deal with these 42 sets on the first few waves. And the reason you may have noticed I'm using the knife, then the reason of this is I found that the knife can stagger any sets on wave 1, including the blows. And if you land the melee on the blows, you can stop his puking. And the knife is a lot faster than the gun bash, so I use the knife. As you can see, you can get away easily. If I get grabbed by multiple claws there and I try to use gun bashing to get away, it would take me like 5 seconds. And with the knife, I need to a few chops. You can get away with from the claws. And as I remember, I'm failing to stop I'm failing to stop the puking. But if you get the timing right, you can actually stop this puking. And by the way, the medic perk can, after you heal yourself, if you have the vaccination, is it what is called the vaccination perk? You can, after you heal yourself, you get a buff and get extra resistance to the bio from the blows, and it actually makes you immune for the puking for a few seconds. So however, you actually want to stay at full health as much as possible, so you can use that as your advantage. After your healing, you can just run past the blows without caring about them. And another thing about the medic is, I think medic is right now the only possible perk to solo, because you can't beat Hanks with any other perks. Because Hanks has a lot of here I stop his puking. His puking can't hit me because I melee him before he puke. And where was us? Hanks, yes. Because Hanks, there are a lot of unavoidable damage from Hanks, and other perks, you get shot by Hanks and you lose all your armor, and then you get shot again. On solo, if you keep running away, there's basically no chance for him to hit you with the gas and the grenades if you keep running away. But if you get shot by his guns, you can heal up in time with any other perks. You lose like 50 health, and then you are slow, and then you get shot again. But this time you can't heal. And then even if you manage to get him down his face, and then he grab you, you have to let him grab. Otherwise, he will keep spawning smaller sets. You don't want that to happen. You want to get grabbed as soon as possible when he changes phrases. But if you get grabbed by him, you lose like 80 I believe it's 80 to 90 health. I don't know. I don't have the exact number. because I always meditate myself, so I don't know the exact number, but you lose a lot of health. This way you're very slow at low health, and then you just can't heal up before he shoots you again. So I think medic is right now the only perk who can kill Hanks. Actually, even in multiplayer, you can solo Hanks with medic, because each after level 20, each time you heal, you get armor. This is ridiculous. Say I am 21, level 21 right now, but if I nade myself when he grab me, I can get like 70, 80 armor from my own medic nade. And after he grabs you self heal, you are now full health with 80 armor. Which makes a huge difference from other perks. So, but I guess medic is needed to be this effective in healing, but it effectively makes the medic the only perk who can solo at this moment. Yeah, you get some like 25% if you are max level from other perks with perked weapons, but you are using AA12 anyway. And AA12 on single target, you don't need the penetration, you don't really need the damage, because you don't want to get too close, and most of the bullet will miss anyway. So I don't really see the point of doing this with any other perk on Hanks. Maybe if you like Commando and you have a shot, you may try to use Commando from wave 1 to 10, but I think at least it's too hard for me right now as a Commando to beat Hell on Earth, because I'm not that good at shooting at the moment. I can't. You will see I miss a lot of shots if I don't aim down sights. And this here, I get a successful bash before the bloat puke, but the aimbotting hugs still hit me. And remember, hugs can do a lot of damage on Hell on Earth. If you don't have armor, his fireball directly can do 40 to 50 damage. Sometimes you may be as like 80 health, and next thing you know you are dead because 2 hugs hit you at the same time. So try not to pay attention to the hugs, like especially on this map, because the whole ground is basically visible to the hugs, and you may get shot by fireballs when you are least expected. And basically this is a fairly short route to kite, so from time to time there will be some slower sets coming from behind, from forward. So you also have to pay attention to that. But you can, after you go down the stairs, you can go into the middle of this. This is, I don't know what this is, and you see the meat grinder up there, but there's blood in there. That thing, under the thing, in the middle, and still go up the stairs and continue your route. You may throw down a retinate under the stairs to stop the trash from keep following you. And here, this is a nice trick to deal with the hubs. When you shoot the fireball as you close the door, the fireball will reopen the door for you to shoot him. And when he's charging up the fireball, you close the door again, and then the fireball will reopen the door for you. So I think these doors can be worked for your advantage. And here you can see the sofas is blocking my movement. So you if you manage to get a last siren alive, you want her or blocked. But sirens is more effective. You want them to destroy the sofas and the tables in the laboratories, like these tables in this room. You want you because if you get swarmed and forced to run in these rooms, you don't want anything to block. So you want them to destroy the tables for you. And blows need to walk over the tables to destroy them, and sirens just need to scream and the whole room is clear. And when the room is clear, it's a lot easier to run from the sets. And also what I found in this game is, let's see, if I start to move forward, the sets will start spawning from this doorway. And in maybe 1 wave or 2 waves later, I figured that I could just stay at the trader until I really have to run. Just like the stairs at Burning Paris. You can just stay there, the sets will keep coming from the door only. And if you don't run away, they will just only spawn in that room. And here, you can see the hugs really have a good aims, and this is actually bad when he burned down this much sets in the first 3 waves, because you may not get enough money. The thing about the money you get is you can pay attention and you will realize that sometimes I get two doors from, and here I successfully bash the blows before he blows the pukes. This is pretty useful when soloing, because when you run to the doorway and you get blocked by blows, you can just bash him and not take damage, or if you can, you heal yourself as a medic and just run past him, because you won't take damage with the vaccination buff. Where was I again? Yeah, and by the way, you can, if you are playing multiplayer, you can actually camp the room and just come out of facing the trader. Because you are overlooking the whole meat grinder area, the sets room cannot spawn on the first floor. So if you 6 people camp in the room, and while a medic or a berserker with pulverizer just block the door, keep parrying, keep stumbling the breaks or flash pounds, you can actually just camp one way. The sets will only come from the trader, and you don't have to worry. Yes, I was talking about the burning. If sets kill other sets, you won't get any XP or money, 0. Even if you decap clots and then a set, and then a Hux burn him down, you won't get the XP or the money. If you kill the set, however, you can get the money and full XP, a little bit of money. You may notice sometimes my clock is giving me 2 doors, sometimes it's 5. That's because some of the damage is not dealt by me. Maybe there's a blow to hit on the clock, so he loses a lot of health, and then I finish it off, so I don't only get 2 doors for the clock. And the first 3 waves, you don't want this to happen. Try to avoid that and try to take the kills for yourself. And you can also decap it and then shoot his body till he's dead. And here I'm using the sirens to destroy all these movement blockers. So if I really forced to run to this place, I won't get blocked by the sofa and get puked on and then get grabbed, etc. You want these to be destroyed. And people say jumping onto these tables is a glitch, but I really don't think so, because it's easily destroyed. What does this get you? Past wave 3, when a bloat come by, he will just walk over and destroy the tables. I don't really think jumping on the table is anything anywhere useful, to be honest. And as you can see, you can also keep getting scream and keep healing to get free armor. Or you can just jump from the second floor to the first and keep healing yourself, and you will get free armor. Same goes for multiplayer. You can keep jumping, leave the last set alive, and keep jumping down, and let a level 20 medic to keep healing you, and everybody can get free armor. I think that this will be maybe fixed. I think this will be fixed because free armor for everyone is, I think, is not good for gameplay. But right now you may not. Well, I personally don't abuse it too much. I just heal when I need it. But if you can just jump down, heal, until you get enough armor for a scrape, for example. You can, maybe you have 0 armor and then you jump down each time. For example, I'm level 21, I guess 7 armor per heal. So you can heal yourself for armor and proceed to miss a lot of swords and waste all that armor like I do. Here you actually don't want to jump down, you want to walk down from the stairs, because if you jump down, this pole will block the nano side, and sets can spawn where I'm standing. If you jump down instead of walking down the stairs, sets can spawn at my position right now. So you don't want to jump down, you want to walk down the stairs if whenever it's possible. Unless there are straight there, of course you want to jump down because you don't have a choice. But if there's nothing there, you want to walk down the stairs. One time I get a flashbang, a bloat, and sirens spawn there, and I just die. You can't have 30 sets behind you and have a flashbang, siren, and bloat spawn right in front of you. You can't deal with that. And the thing about headshot is, normally you want to headshot, but with the shotguns, I think you should try to headshot anything under hugs and sirens, because they bloat. If you get a perfect headshot, you will decap him with one shot. Sirens and bloats, with siren and hugs, maybe 2 shots is what I'm usually getting. 3 shots sometimes. And some people say you can one-shot them. I don't know if they're using the hunting shotgun or not, but with the AA-12, I think expect 2 shots to decap them if you land headshots. And my way of doing things is you shot the head. You try to shoot the head if you are close enough to the sirens or hugs. And for hugs, you don't want to bother shooting his body because it takes like 6 to 8 shots of AA-12 to kill the hugs. And siren, you still need like 5 to 6 shots. But if they are pretty far away, maybe, and you really need them to die, for example, he's blocking the door, then you have to shoot his body. Then if you are like 10 meters away, I think
Zeds are getting closer.
with the shotguns, you're better off just shoot their body. Because if you aim for his head, maybe one pellet will hit his head, but most of the pellet will go through his head and dealing 0 damage. And the same goes for Frostpunk and Scrags. In theory, maybe if you play the test map, you'll find that Scrag is like dying four headshots from the AA-12 on solo, and maybe 8 to 10 shots on 6-man Hell on Earth. However, you won't be this close to a Scrag without he whipping your ass. And if you are this close, he will keep spinning, doing his attacks, and you will just miss his head. And if you miss his head, you are doing 0 damage. So I think unless you are really close to them, you don't want to shoot the head, because the headshot multiplier is only 10%. You are only doing like 2 or 3 more damage per shot, per pellet, if you hit the head. And you don't want to get this close to Frostpunks or Scrags. So I think it's better off just shoot their body. And for example, you only need like 38 to 40 shots to the body to kill a 6-man Hell on Earth Scrag. So I think it's better off just shoot their body, unless somebody can keep parry locking them, and you can hit their head while they are parry locking, because their head shake like crazy when they are parrying. So I at this moment I don't think shooting Scrags or Frostpunk's head is worth as if you are using shotguns. Because like I said, most of the pillars will just miss. And right there, I'm running too low on them, and this is bad on any Scrag wave, because the Scrags are really easy to be mad at you on Hell on Earth solo, because 90% range is really easy to achieve. Like I said before, in the Burning Paris Sky, you will just get a Scrag randomly charging at you, and right here the stalker who have only half a brain and still not dead for some reason. And I end up taking a lot of unnecessary damage because I thought the stalker is dead because he's only got half a head. Because sometimes the sets seems that they're dead, but they're not. Like some of the blocks, they will suddenly suddenly fall on the ground, roll dodge, and you think they're dead, but they will just stand up and grab you. So you have to watch out for that, and try not to fight Scrags in this area because you don't have a straight line to fall back. Here it's okay, but and if you hit their body, it takes like 12 shots, around 12 to 15 usually, to kill them. So with 20 shots in your mech, you should be able to deal with the Scrags with maybe 30 meters of distance. The most danger of Scrags is they rage without you knowing, such as they get puke on or Huck's fireball, and then a raging Frostpunk just run over them and hit them in the face, and they will get mad at you. They won't get mad at the Frostpunk. So I think this in solo Hell on Earth, the most dangerous thing is randomly raging Scrags. So you don't want your AA-12 to have below 20 ammo at all times. I'm actually doing pretty bad in the last wave because I didn't pay attention. I get to 9 shots, which is really bad because I not yet have the hunting shotgun last wave, and I only have 9 shots with my AA-12. If a Scrake is raging, I will just die because I don't have enough bullets to kill it. Don't even bother to use the medic pistol. You won't kill it with that. It takes like 500 shots. You won't kill it. So if that really happens, you can try to parry and run away from him and try to find ammo. Just don't try to medic pistol. I see some people facing a Scrake and they run out of ammo, they try to pistol them. You won't kill it, you will never kill it. Here, I actually wanted to kill the Scrake right away, but this clots keep grabbing me. I have a clear shot, but luckily I didn't start shooting because that will kill me there, because the clots will swing me around and the Scrake will reach in 1 or 2 shots. If one perfect shot will reach the Scrake, and if I start shooting the Scrake, it's likely that he will rage and then I get grabbed by the clots and die. So again, you can just one pass the Scrake from either side if he's not raging. Actually, it doesn't matter to run away from one to his right or left, raging or not. It don't really have a difference. But the thing is, if he's raging, he has one extra attack that will still hit you, even if you run to his left or right. I'm trying to figure out how to dodge that attack, but if he used that attack, you will get hit once. You have take like 20 something damage on solo hell. I'm not sure the damage on multiplayer because I don't really play multiplayer hell or not yet. I only play suicidal on multiplayer because I don't think at this point there are enough players who can actually play Hell on Earth. Mainly because of Scrakes, because 90% rage is just way too easy to rage a Scrake. Just a little fireball from out, maybe a flamethrower once, and she is nearly rage. And then a raging first power once there, and the Scrake will be raging. And on Hell on Earth, the Scrakes will just have too much health for most people to deal with. You need like 6 AA-12. And here, this wave again, I'm low on AA-12 ammo again, but I thought there's no Scrake left, so it's okay if you kill the last Scrake with your AA-12 ammo, because the remaining sets should be easily dealt with if you have the hunting shotgun. And clearly I'm wrong, because I thought that's the last Scrake, but there's another Scrake. And you can hear that the Gophers is hitting the Scrake, and every bit of damage taken by the Scrake is a possible raging Scrake, so you don't really want that to happen. And because there's Scrake left, I need to find him.
That's nice.
And this area generally is not good to fighting Scrakes because you don't really have a long enough hallway. So I one pass him and fight him at this side. And here I shoot his leg too much. So again, because the hitbox of Killing Floor 2 have a lot of improvement, so if you shoot his leg again, most players will miss between his legs. So try to shoot his body and his leg. And the lights there, I destroyed the lights because there's an ammo box beside the light, and I want the ammo box to be visible from upstairs. So I destroyed the lights there with the
AA-12 will kick him in the head.
With the symbol of this laboratory. And again, for each wave, just stay over here and fight as long as you can until you start kiting them around the mid-grinder area.
Time's up. Go kill some zeds.
And this count is a line of sight blocker, so zeds can actually spawn inside the room behind me. So you have to keep pay attention to that too. And here, because I get a squig spawning right away, so I decided to kill the squig first. And because I didn't expect the squig to run diagonally, I expect him to run straight at me. So I thought I can kill it, but he ended up running sideways. So I missed a lot of shots and had to reload.
Bam! Down you go.
And sometimes if they run into the obstacles on the ground, they will just go haywire and run sideways. So you have to pay attention to that too. And the hunting shotgun is pretty good against the trash. And here you can see that the flashbang actually teleport over this side. But really, flashbang it's not like Killing Floor 1 where a raging flashbang will instantly kill. In Killing Floor 2, flashbangs isn't actually the damage dealer. It's the flashbang will only being the tank give you or your team a lot of pressure. So I see most of the team wipe this because everybody is just focusing on the flashbang. While there's 3 sirens, 2 hugs, and a floating by. I think, you know, the flashbang won't kill your team in 10 seconds, but the siren will. If you ignore the siren and she keeps screaming in the middle of your team, yeah, you may be able to kill the flashbang, but the whole team is dead to the siren. You kill the siren first. I think in both games, siren should be your top priority. Unless in Killing Floor 1 if the flashbang is raging, because in Killing Floor 1 the flashbang raging will instantly kill someone with the armor. But in Killing Floor 2, even a raging flashbang is still like 40 damage with the armor, so I think you can ignore the flashbang for a while. If there's a medic around, you can actually tank the flashbang forever, basically. So don't waste time on the flashbang while if there's other more veteran zeds around. I think the priority should be Raging Squig should be your first priority. Solo or multiplayer. Solo or multiplayer, Raging Squig should be your first priority, and then it should be sirens. You need to kill the sirens before she get near and scream, because the nade destroying ability is huge. And here you can actually use the stairs to block his attacks and then proceed to miss the shots after a while. You can use these obstacles like railings or corners or stairs, so you can block the movement like this. You can block the movement so his launch attack cannot reach you. And kill sirens whenever you can. Here I failed the dodge and still get hit, but Flashbang can kill you. Even a raging Flashbang, unless you are at like 30 health without armor, the Flashbang will kill. he will just deal some damage to you and then calm down. You can just sprint away from him. Unless you are like 30 health, you are slow down. Maybe the first one can finish you off, but most of the time, Flashbang isn't the most threatening set. He's only there to tank damage and pressure you or your team. The real damage dealer in Killing Floor 2 is Scrakes, because he does 40 damage, and every attack of his is a lunging attack with combos, 2 or 3 hit combos. So he can do like 120 damage to a player who have no armor. The Scrakes are the real damage dealer. The Flashbang is only there to distract and tank a lot of damage. And deal a fair amount of damage, but it won't really kill. So the Flashbang shouldn't be your first priority most of the time. If there's a siren house or bloats closing in, and you want to kill the trash first because you really focus fire on the Flashbang or Scrake. You don't want to AA12 Scrake and then the clock grab you and you waste 10 shots on nothing. When cross spinning you around, bashing won't really work. If multiple cross grab you just keep getting spin around. You waste a lot of your ammo. So you want to kill the trash first because before you fight the big guys. And basically this on this map this route, after I figure out you can camp here and reduce their set number to 40 or something, it gets a lot easier because I get a lot more clear shots on the Scrakes, and sometimes the Flashbang will even kill some of the trash for you. And the most causes of death is some maybe 5 clots teleport in front of me, and there's a siren beside me and keeps screaming to destroy my nades. Most of the time I die because of that. And on this map I rarely die to Scrakes because you can actually run away from him for a fairly long time. There's a lot of ways to dodge his attacks and jump down and make him run the longer way to get to you. So you can I actually run a whole lap, whole circle around this area before the Raging Scrake finally catch up to me. So on this map, Scrake is manageable. They're still dangerous, but you get a lot of strict rolls for you to fight them. And here I proceed to miss more shots. And if something spawn up the world, if you spend too much time down to this grinder, there might be sets spawning up here in this room. If there's sets spawning up in this room, you can do what I did just now. You run from the other side of the room and get up the stair from the other side and continue this circle. Yeah, the stair is very useful too, because there you can see I jump on the Scrake's head and bunny hop away. And there I believe I hit the Scrake with my hunting shotgun with some pillars. You should try to avoid that, because don't forget that hunting shotguns have penetration. You don't want to accidentally reach the Scrake. And another thing about the hunting shotgun is you won't reach the first punk, if you shoot him, wait 1 or 2 seconds, shoot him again, you won't reach him. But if you alternate fire or fire very quickly, you will instantly reach him. So if you spread out your shots with the hunting shotgun, you can you can take 4 shots before you reach the first plant. But if you alternate fire, you will instantly reach the first plant. So you should keep that in mind too. And here you can see right after my healing, the puking doesn't do anything to me. It doesn't even blind my screen. I think this is maybe a small bug. I think even if maybe you have 100% resistance, I don't know, I'm not sure. Maybe because you have 100% resistance, so you don't get damage. But I think the puking should still blind your screen. I think they may be fixing this later in later patches. And as you can see, flash punch even on solo takes a lot of shots to kill, because again the flash punch is only here to tank damage and keep giving you pressure by constantly raging and charging at you. Their role isn't just to run over you and instantly kill you anymore. I like this first punk mechanic better, because he's there to give you pressure for other sets to do their work. But if you just stand there and let the first punk hit you, and clearly puking is bad for your health. For some reason, sometimes blows will just die when they try to puke on you. I am not sure what's the cause of this. Maybe they take 1 damage per puke. I don't know. But sometimes the blows will die by puking. Right there, if the blows didn't die automatically, maybe it will blind me. But as soon as blows try to puke, he die for some reason. And at this wave, I actually did pretty good, because as you can see, I don't really have to find ammo. I'm down to the last grade. Right here, I don't know about other players, but I find it really hard to headshot a raging Scrake, because his head is like shaking left and right. I tried it on solo suicidal as using the Scar, and I still can't kill the Scrake before he hits me. I usually need 1 reload. So with the shotguns again, I don't think shooting Flashbang and Scrake's head really do much. I personally recommend shooting their body, but for anything under them, shooting the head is a better idea. Because like Gophas and Clots, you only need 1 pillar to hit their head to decap them. As you can see, there's several spawn points around the trader, so if you can stay around as long as possible to drop the set count to 20 or 30 before you start running. But there I already take a lot of damage, so a lot of damage on the armor, so I decided to run away. And because I hear Scrake spawning, so I don't really want to use Meditate to block the door like I did on every other waves. Because if the Scrake is spawning in the room beside me, the Scrake will rage, and I don't want the Scrake to rage.
exactly organic.
Normally, late spawning Scrakes is always better than early spawn of Scrakes because, again, the longer Scrake is staying on the battlefield,
So much for helping.
the more chance you will be raged by other souls. Also, if you have ammo problems, you can refill your AA12 and drop it and rebuy it and keep several AA12 fully loaded AA12 on the ground and pick them up when needed. But I think I would like to beat Hell on Earth in a fairly legit way, I would say. So I try to not do that. Because one of the aspects of this game is to run around finding ammo. That's why they increase the spawn rate of ammo boxes. Because in the first game, you basically won't find any ammo boxes or Hell on Earth. And there, the sirens is keep teleporting. They are like keep screaming anywhere you want. You hear a siren screaming, and that could be pretty annoying.
The last one's off, so I can open the door for you.
And sirens, they are better in this map because sometimes they will spawn under you or on top of you, so their scream won't actually deal damage. However, in maps like Outpost, where I'm still trying to find a way to beat, they will just keep spawning in front of you. 3 sirens can keep the whole kiting world full of screaming non-stop. So Outpost, I'm still finding a way to beat, a more effective way to beat it. But on Paris and Biotics lab, I can get to wave 8 or 9 at least pretty consistently. And on the Outpost map, I even died quite a few times on early waves. Like wave 1, I died on wave 1 a few times too. Because the map with the Outpost map with the spawning system is just pretty ridiculous because there's a spawning points everywhere and you don't want to go indoors. And by the way, another trick of grenade is zeds are really scared of nades in killing photo, and there my nade reached the scrape. And I don't know what I was thinking, but you don't want that to happen. You don't want to throw your nades when you know there's a scrape around. You actually don't want to throw your nades. I don't know what I'm doing back then.
Don't mind if I do.
Luckily, I can still manage to kill the scrape again, and then I do it again, and then I do it again. I don't know what I was thinking, really. I really don't know what I was thinking.
Not exactly.
I really don't know what I was thinking. You should not do that. Don't do that. When you know there's a scrape, try not to use your medic net. Don't add another source to rage them on top of the existing danger to rage.
You earned the money. Now spend it.
Because, like, if a siren is beside you and keeps shaking your screen and the scrake is running at you, you will just miss another shot. You don't want that.
We're almost out of time.
Locking her up tight.
Make your choices.
Like this door, if you feel like you are getting forced away too early, you can weld this door to help your kiting, because you can block one spawn point in that room and some of the sets will be stuck in there, but the door will only last like 3 waves. If you find yourself getting forced away too early, when the wave starts, you can weld that door. The door may lose like 30% or 20% health per wave. So you can hold quite a lot of waves, but if you get unlucky and a Scrake spawn in there, it will instantly break in 1 wave. So keep that in mind. So when needed, if you think it's needed, you can weld that door to disable one of the spawn points.
Let's call that your warm-up.
But normally you would want to stay here as long as possible, so you can decrease the number to preferably under 40. If you are lucky, you can decrease the number to 30s or something. If you get late spawning of Scrakes and fast plants where you are forced away. And there, I want to nade the first plant to poison them and save me a few shots, but then I realized there's a bunch of Scrakes spawned already, so I changed my direction last second and throw the nade in the middle of the road. And after you get your AA12, you actually want the huts to use their flamethrower attack if you know there is no Scrakes nearby, because the flamethrower attack will eliminate all the trash sets in the area of effect and even deal very high damage to sirens. The flamethrower attack is really useful, and the self-destruction too. The self-destruction move can instantly kill a medic with full armor. So I think that I didn't actually test it, but I think their suicide move can actually. I see them instantly killing sirens and blocks on 6-man suicidal games, so I think the damage is significant enough if you can bait them into exploding into a flash palm. It instantly raised the flash palm, but I'm not commander, so I don't really know how much damage it does. All I know is it does a lot of damage. Here, I do another gun bash. If you are using any long pistol weapons, you should be able to bash the bloats before he breaks, no problem. But remember that reloading, healing, and bashing will cancel out each other. And here my music player just crashed, so nothing much. My music player just crashed here. So yeah, and I try to fix it. So yeah. And the hugs, I don't know why, but I just keep missing these point blank shots. Sometimes you do that. I don't know why, because you shouldn't miss this kind of shots. But another thing about the hunting shotgun is I find the effective range of the hunting shotgun is a lot shorter. Killing floor 2. It's like it's like they're doing low damage if the target is more than 5 meters away. But if it is close, like 3 meters, 1 meters, you can actually do a lot of damage. At least it body shot instantly kills Gorfas, multiple Gorfas. And another thing about the grenade I earlier mentioned is in Killing Floor 2 the sets are actually afraid of grenades. Like I said, you kill Scrakes whenever you think it is safe to do so. And as you can see here, you can strafe around flash punch too to avoid most of the damage. And back to the nade. In Killing Floor 2, the sets are actually afraid of nades. If you nade in front of them, even they are pretty far away, the nade will still scare them and they will jump back. And say something is blocking the door, you can throw a nade in front of them, and good chance that they will get scared by the nade and jump away from the door. Here, like I said, you can again use the stairs to make him miss the attack and then proceed to miss another shot you buy time for. Buy yourself time and then you miss the shots.
Ooh, that's nice.
This is the best strategy there. And again, the Richard Scrake. Like, yeah, sometimes you just think that you kite for too long and you want the game to end faster, so you want to use your medic nade to kill some trash and then you wait your Scrake. This is bad. And two hugs is camping down here. Two hugs instantly camping down there. He built both of their fireballs. Hugs have really good aims in Killing Floor 2. You need to jump or to the sideways at the right time, or they will still hit you. Right now I kill 2 more Scrakes, and normally you don't want to kite this side. You want to kite along where I keep doing the whole game. But if you are really forced into that room, you should try to run into the middle of this area and get back to your road altogether. This map, after I figure out the way to do it, it seems even easier than the Burning Paris map. Because in the Burning Paris map, when I beat it, I didn't realize that you can start the game by the stairs and don't need to kite from the ambulance. If you start from the stairs, you can stay there a lot longer than I usually do. And also, you may want to carry the flash punch instead of just running away from him. Because sometimes you don't want to go to the dangerous area and you want the flash punch to stop raging and give you time to shoot them before they force you into a dangerous area. And the thing about parrying flash punch is, if you run away from the flash punch, he will do his lunging attacks, like jump attack, dash and punch attack. But if you run into the flash punch, he will do his close range attacks. Basically all of them can be parried. So my way of doing parrying flash punch is, if he's raging, keep shooting him and then change to knife. Run into them and as soon as you touch them, you parry. Most of the
Who
time,
needs ammo?
you will get your parry in because they are not doing their
Time's
lunging
almost
attacks.
up.
Their lunging attacks shouldn't be parryable. I think I never parry their lunging attack.
Found ammo.
It seems
Time's
that
up.
only
Go
their
kill
close
some
range
zeds.
attacks can be parried. So you want to run into the first part. Same goes for the scrape actually. You want to run into the scrape to parry if you want to parry instead of running away to parry.
Got some ammo
I think
here.
it's easier to parry.
Hate playing hide and seek.
And for the boss on this map, you like burning parries, you find nice routes and then you keep following
Don't mind if I
routes
do.
and repeat yourself, and then you can pretty easily beat tanks. Tanks with the medic is, I won't say it's easy, but it's effective, I would say. And here, if he's in the first or second phase, you can actually run fast enough to get on the stairs and camp him from on top of him. This way you can get a few headshots in to increase your DPS a little bit. And this is actually because I make a wrong turn, so I run the wrong way. This is not the usual route to kite this boss. You can shoot him here. This route actually have two places to hit the boss. And remember to close the door behind you because you can keep track on how far behind he's getting. And jump up and shoot down when he's throwing grenades like usual. And when you hear that he wants to heal, lay down, run beside him and let him drink. As you can see, I get a crap ton of armor back. I get a crap ton of armor back. Also, if you feel like cheesy, you can just keep jump down that spot of the stairs. You will lose like 2 health, and then you can heal and get free armor. But actually, you don't really need it. You don't really need it. But after the drink and when he enters phase 2, he seems like he runs faster, so you cannot really get up the stairs to camp him. You need to camp at the stairs, so you cannot shoot his head from above. But this is still fairly close range, so the A12 will still do a lot of damage. In fact, I would say kiting with the medic, even in multiplayer where you heal less, is still easy. But if you kite with other perks, it's just way too hard because if you get close, it will get in and rally you to death, and you can never ever heal back up. And I think you can not only run faster but heal faster. So the most effective way to kill tanks is slow medic and AA trap. And in this map, even better than the Paris map because you basically won't get shot at when running around to find them. Don't forget to close the doors to not only stop him but also keep track on where he is, how far behind he is. I see ammo box there, but he's shooting me, so I take the safer route to run away first and then get back to him and get the ammo. Here he stopped shooting, so I can get the ammo box. I throw the nade there at the wrong place, but the medic nades don't really do much damage to him anyway, so it's okay. the maintenance is mostly heal yourself when he tries to grab you and heal you because you get a ton of armor back. But I think even if you are not level 20 medic, you can still sustain his damage because with this route you only get shot like a few times and you can heal back up. You can heal back up pretty quick even without armor. Here, like I said before, you destroy the sofas with the help of the siren, so you won't get rocked. Imagine if you run into development and get rocked by the sofa and tanks just shoot you to death. You're really frustrated. So you should always spend like 1 or 2 minutes to kite the siren into the rooms and then get the tables and the things destroyed. And at this point it's just repeat because I don't know, because most of the time bosses are not hard once you figure it out. So in most games, getting to the boss is a lot harder than killing the boss itself. So if you figured out how to beat the boss, all is left is just repeat and repeat. It's most of the time it's just repeat yourself until the boss is dead.
Is inevitable. You call this guy.
And if you keep running away, the grenades and the gas really wouldn't they just won't hit you unless you stay there to shoot him for too long. And here I find my ammo is a little bit low again, so I head out and find more ammo boxes. And also, when you jump down the lift, you can actually, if you run into the wall, you can actually land on the second floor. But you don't want to do that because that room is a death trap. That room in the second floor, the blue room with the arc. You don't want to get in there where the TV screen is showing the Petra. In that room is the death trap. You get a ton of spawning point in there, and the televisions will block the line of sight and the sets will spawn all over the place. You don't want to go into that room unless the set count is less than 10. And as a medic, you can run away from these melee attacks, but if you are other perks, for example, if you are playing multiplayer and you are other perks, if he tries to melee you either dodge sideways so he miss his attacks, or you pull out your knife and try to parry. Because if you try to outrun his melee attacks, he will just keep meleeing your back and you will die very quickly. The better way to do is pull out your knife and parry him. After the parry, he will stop comboing you and you can run away while the team is healing. If you only try to run away, he will just non-stop meleeing you because you are too close to him. Right here, he's trying to heal, so I put a metanate down and as you can see, I'm getting 3 armors.
That's nice. So much for health and safety.
And pay attention to the grenades, and I really rarely get hit by gas or the grenades. It's just maybe if you're playing online multiplayer, his nade will spread all over the place. And however, you shouldn't. I see a lot of teams. I see a lot of teams complaining his nades instantly nuking someone, but all I see them playing is they stay outside. For example, this map they stay outside the big room, where in the open areas you don't want to stay in the open areas. You always want some cover. He cannot grenade you if you are behind the wall. If you stay at the open area and then he shoots you or complain, and then you complain about he's shooting you, well, I think you are doing it wrong. You don't want, you just don't want to stay at open areas. You always want cover when fighting this boss. Just like, actually, even if you are fighting Petra, you still want to have covers. You don't want to fight them in open areas. So you always stay at the places where you can run to cover in like 2 seconds. And here I believe it is the last round for Kiting. He should be dead, as I remember, after this route. So again, thanks a lot for joining me on this guide, and I will be posting more guides when I'm done with the Outpost map. So thanks a lot for watching.